Welcome, everyone, to the general gaming channel known as M12 Warthog Game. Hey guys, M12 Warthog Game here. I'm back with another video, and today I want to talk to you about the absence of videos lately, and that my laptop broke and a few other things. But what I want to let you guys know is I'm still playing here, playing games, and I can make videos now. It may be a little bit slow before I get into the daily video routine again, and all of that stuff. I'm a bit sick right now, still doing better. I have pink eye and a little bit of the flu, I guess. But, it's nothing to be concerned about. I'm taking the right stuff that I need to get better. Hopefully I will later. Dealing with some stuff right now. But, mainly what I want to let you guys know is an update about the channel as a whole. I am going to be trying to do more videos, different videos in particular, rather than just strategy guide, because it seems like I'm doing more of that. But it's really, a lot of the games I have are just strategy games, so I'm going to be focusing on maybe finding games that aren't strategy games to play and show for you guys on this channel. Like, I really wouldn't consider this game I'm playing now to be that, especially because I'm playing against bots, because, one, I don't play online, because 9 out of 10 games, I only played 10 games online, and 9 out of 10 of them, I was camped at my spawn by a never-ending motor strike. That lasted the whole round, and I don't like playing with hackers who do that. And one of my friends, Risen Dragon, was actually there for one of them. So if you say I wasn't hacking, that they weren't hacking or anything, and that I just sucked, go talk to him, because he actually was there, and we could not move from spawn. We spawned in once, and we moved there, but once we died, couldn't do that. And of course I died, because it was my first game online. First time I actually played the multiplayer feature, before I even knew combat training existed. So, what I wanted to talk about now is some of the stuff I'm going to be doing. I'm definitely going to continue the Illuminate strategy guide for the campaign and for skirmish mode, which I'll do one. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a 3-on-1, 2-on-1, 2v2. I'm not sure what the teams are going to be for that. But, I definitely want to talk about something. Also about the Undertale. I'm going to continue that, don't worry. But, I had a difficult time transferring the data over, and I want to talk to you guys about that, because maybe you have this problem. Your laptop breaks, but you can still get the data off it. Now, what happens when you start up the game is that because the file save is important, and stuff you did in previous games is important, I guess. I'm not really sure. I haven't played the whole thing, but that's the reason why it's in a separate file. Once you find it, it should be under your username on the said computer that has it, under app data. And once you look in that general direction, you should find it. Now, what you want to do is copy the stuff inside it to the current Undertale file that's set up for the Undertale, because that Undertale file is linked to the Undertale game on that computer. So when you get your new one, you start the game, you save your game at the closest save point, which is somewhere in the ruins, then you go and copy your stuff from the folder. You don't copy the whole folder over, because it won't work like that. You have to copy the stuff in the folder over, and then you just delete the old empty folder that's just taking up space. And you pretty much just replace all the stuff, and it works fine. I'm somewhere in Hotland, as far as I remember. It's been a while since I was able to play it, but hopefully you get the point here. Okay. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that
we've taken the lead.
I'm staying at a different place than what I normally stay at. The internet here, connectivity-wise, is good. Speed, maybe not so much. It's a little bit better than what I was used to be having. So, if anything, I would like to say that I might start streaming again. I don't know, we definitely cannot do that at my place. Seems like as we got our internet, it progressively got crappier and crappier. And I honestly mean that, because before I could stream, then it's like, no, I can't even handle it now. To now it's just like, it just lags the internet and doesn't even do anything. So that's sort of a thing. Also along with that is that I've been playing and getting quite familiar with these maps. I'm not sure if I want to... I don't really see this as a strategy game, but I've noticed that I'm looking at it like a strategy game. And I don't know if you want... And that seems like kind of difficult for me, but the main thing is I'm going to try and focus on playing games that aren't strategy games, because that's all I seem to like do. And try to get better at them, or at least be familiar, or get into the habit of playing other games that aren't strategy games for the sake of the channel, because I also want to do that as well. And if you have any recommendations, feel free to leave them down there, but I'm not, like, one of the wealthy... We're not part of a wealthy family. We're actually, like, not the... We're actually sort of poor, so... Me being able to do this is something that I really want to do. And we sort of had to make some downsizes or some cutbacks on this new laptop I had. My old one had a terabyte of hard drive, a dual-core i7 processor, and 12 gigs of RAM. Had no graphics card for this. This one has a graphics card, can hold up to 16 gigs of RAM, but only has 8. But the thing is, it has 2 memory slots and only 1 is in use, so I could upgrade it. But the current computer that I have, you have to take apart like half of the computer to do it. Because you have to go through the keyboard, then remove some sort of electronic board. I don't know. I don't repair computers for a living, so that's not my thing. But I did find a place that can do it. So once I save up money, I'm definitely going to upgrade it. And if I'm going to have them go through the computer and upgrade it, it's not going to be with the 4 gigs for 12. I may as well just go for the maximum 16 at that point. And if you guys are wondering, I would definitely recommend Microworks as a place for computer repair. I am not sponsored by them, but they definitely know what they're doing, and they definitely can give you information. When I even asked them if I could buy it, because at first I didn't know how difficult it would be, if it was going to be easy like I saw in YouTube videos for upgrading the RAM, then I figured I'd be golden. Turns out it's a little bit more complicated for the kind that we got, but it still runs smoothly, and that's sort of somewhat evident by the smooth video you're watching. But, it really wasn't. It really is a bit slow at first, and I'm not sure if that's the internet. It seems to only be doing that much slower when I'm doing internet things, but I've learned a whole lot about computers when looking for it and all that stuff, and I can tell you, like, what you would need. This computer is, like, bare minimum for what you need. I guess it's a little bit more than bare minimum, but apparently from what I've learned, for just recording, like having primarily most of your videos start to, or at least half of your videos not be on a console. Like, recording on console bare minimum is what I'm going to talk about here, because you're running the game on a separate platform than is recording it, which reduces a little, in which is not putting so much stress on the computer. But what I would recommend, at minimum, what I used to have, but that will slowly kill your computer when you do heavy processing with if you get a good video editor that processes it, and the recording stuff, it's going to slowly drain the battery, and soon it won't be able to hold a charge. But that's not what killed my computer. I don't want to talk about that at the moment, or feel like that is something necessary to share with the public, to the whole world. But another thing in regards to this is that I think you should have at least, in my opinion, at least 8 gigs of RAM, because the recording software I'm using is free. Of course, the capture card is not. And 8 gigs of RAM, a dedicated graphics card. It doesn't have to be an awesome one, but for those of you curious or tech-savvy people, you probably want to know what I'm using. I'm using an NVIDIA GeForce GXT.
Show us where you want it.
960M. I had to look over on the thing. I don't know what half that means, but apparently lots of people that I talked to when going at stores and looking at computers said that that was a pretty good graphics card. It comes with a graphics driver. I'm not sure how some of this works. I just set it as the default option for some of my processing stuff, and supposedly it's supposed to work better. It processes it better in terms of better performance, but how fast it gets it done, I don't really care. As long as it takes its time and does it right, is what I really care. I don't care if it takes 2 hours or 3 hours. If it does it good and does it right, then I'm not gonna bug him about it. Bug the computer about it. Okay, that was a bad toss right there. Okay. So, another thing, aside from that, you could get a 1 terabyte hard drive, which is pretty much recommended, but if you get a solid state drive, would probably be the next bet. Either a 1 terabyte hard drive or at least a 500 gigabyte solid state one. Don't get a 500 gigabyte drive if it's not solid state, because solid state runs much more smoothly. There are like many different... Oh, can I not get this? Okay, apparently I cannot get that. And that was not smart of me. Okay, apparently my teammate got that, though. I also want to tell you guys that having pink eye sucks. I'm sort of dealing with it right now, oh my god. But at least I'm having the right stuff for it, but oh my god, if it, like... The symptoms are more annoying than the actual pain that it gives your eye, which is actually not that much. But oh my god, it can be very annoying. Wash your hands, kids, because, like, trust me, it's the best way you can prevent it as far as I know. They literally just stand there looking at each other, and I'm like, stab. I got him from behind. It's like that one scene in that one movie where they're like at where the wall shatters because it's like a war zone, and two people are in a standoff. They're both telling each other to put down their guns, and someone comes out with like an automatic weapon and just guns them all down. It's sort of like that, but I knife them all down, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember what movie that was from. I don't know. I'm just rambling on right now at this moment because I just really want to connect back to you guys, let you know that I'm doing fine. I figured some of you might worry that there was an absence of videos, despite the fact that I'm not getting... I know I'm not getting a whole lot of views or anything like that, or a bunch of subscribers like other channels do. It really doesn't matter to me. And I know a lot of people do this, but I'm doing this to connect to what small fan base I do have. And because I think it's very important to connect to the audience and be able to hear them out. I've actually, believe it or not, I like to say that I'm only 21, but I think I can agree with something that my grandpa said, which was you'd never stop learning. Despite the fact that I hated school, mainly how I was treated in school and all this stuff, you just never stop learning, I guess. No matter what it is. I learned a lot about a computer, and I wasn't in school only for the sole purpose of trying to get a computer. Or a laptop, actually. Holy crap. Oh my god. I'm just not... It is late at night for me. But this is like the only time I can get out the video, because like all of a sudden the internet just crapped out on us. Then my computer, like, apparently I accidentally shut it off. So then I'm like, crap. And then I couldn't, like, restart pick up the upload right from where it left off. So now I'm just, like, screwed. So I'm like, I literally just got done, like, 2 minutes before 12. I'm staying up to record this. I'm just gonna put this in my video editor and just have it process all of this unedited talk for you guys. Oh. So, if you guys want to see some stuff from my channel or anything along those lines in regard to games, you can do so. A note, I only have an Xbox 360 at the moment. I'm not, like I said, we never have the money to afford, like, new consoles, and I actually got this before an Xbox One came out. It was talked about having Xbox Ones come out when I got this, probably, or maybe not. Maybe a year before they even mentioned it. I'm not really sure. But I know not a lot of people were talking about, some people were, but not a lot for an Xbox One. And we only got this because we had made some extra money from, this, for, participating in some sort of test thingy-bobber or whatever. We did, like, 2 different ones, and then after that, we took that money and we were able to get me one because it was for me, we got that because we got it on Black Friday sale, so that's, like, the only reason, because we had extra money for doing something. And what they were doing is they were doing something on how autistic people perceive taste, and they needed families, and they preferred families that weren't all autistic because they needed some who weren't and some who were. The main reason why they asked me, or why we called in, is because, well, for those of you who do not know, I have autism spectrum disorder. I also have swimmer's ear. I currently have pink eye. That's not something permanent, but swimmer's ear is. And, you know, I'm just fine with who I am. Just doing my own thing here. See things differently than other people. Just, you know, be a strategist and see what needs to be done to kick someone's butt or screw with them in a game of strategy. I also want to get your guys' opinion on me doing a strategy guide for certain scenarios on Memoir 44, which is a board game, or the game Stratego, which is a pretty old game, but a lot of people should know what that is. There's this, like, after-school daycare that would look after kids that I went to in 4th and 5th grade at an elementary school I went to. And what happened is we'd go there and it's for people who couldn't pick up their kids or be home for their kids right away. And I pretty much get picked up at different times and whatnot, but usually it was, like, no later than, I don't know, I think it was like 6. Yeah, 6 p.m. and all that stuff. And what I did is I used to play that game a lot there, Stratego. But I really did it for fun, but now that I have it, I play it more like strategy-based, like, okay, I think about it more strategically now than when I used to play it. And I guess that sort of changes how much fun it is for people and whatnot, and all that stuff. I guess. I'm thinking about maybe doing a strategy guide for that, but, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, leaving any comments, questions, or feedback for me in the comment section down below would be highly appreciated, and I will see you guys later in another video. Bye-bye.